Welcome back to Crossroads. Thank you so much for joining us. When I called my grandmother to tell her I was interviewing my next guest, she flipped her lid. Ladies and gentlemen, without further delay, Tony Award-winning actor, and we all know him as Chicken George from Roots, Mr. Ben Vereen. Thank you so much for being with us. Oh, I am so happy to have you here. You look phenomenal. What have you been doing lately?
I've been taking care of myself.
I see you looking good, too. Now,
yes, it's another day in paradise.
I know that's right. Now, you know, my grandmother is one of those people who has what we call in our community, as we know, sugar. They don't call it diabetes. They think diabetes is something else. But you are on a crusade to tell folks about sugar, a.k.a. diabetes. What's going on?
Well, you know, once I found out I had this opportunity in life, I said, how can I get the word out? You know, I want to get people to know and become aware as I go through this. And I got the opportunity to meet with Santa Fe Adventists, and they said, well, we'll help you. And then I had the privilege and the honor of meeting Dr. Bush, who helped put me on a program or a lifestyle that I could live with.
Now, Dr. Bush, you know, so many of our people, especially in communities of color, battle diabetes. Rudy Ray Moore, famed comedian, recently died from complications with diabetes. How is Ben able to be so healthy? What are you guys doing?
Well, you know, it didn't take very much to tell Ben he needed to exercise. And actually, he took very well to understanding what he had to do for his diet. But you have to realize that I think good diabetes care is a partnership. And what the patient does is their part of the game, and what the doctor does is their part of the game. And doctors have a lot of different tools that you can use to treat diabetes. Different pills, different injections, using insulin if patients need to. Sometimes there's a great fear, and maybe it sort of goes back to the way insulin treatment used to be. But today it's a whole different game. It's a lot easier to use some of these insulin devices. Pens, tiny little needles that you can't even really see hardly, is a super easy way to take care of diabetes if you follow the right advice.
Now, Ben, you've got to talk directly. Yeah, you've got to talk directly to our people, please.
Yes, you know, because 24 million people, as last count, have diabetes in this country. And there's 6 million who do not know they have diabetes, and every 21 seconds somebody is diagnosed with diabetes, and 13% of that are African American people. So we have to really watch this, and it's important that you go and you talk to your doctor and you ask for a test when you go in for your physical. What is it called?
All you have to get is a fasting blood sugar.
A fasting blood sugar.
All that means is a blood sugar done in the morning before you've had anything to eat, after, let's say, about a 6 to 8 hour fast the night before. So you don't eat after 10, 11 o'clock. You come in for an 8 or 9 o'clock blood sugar in the morning. And your doctor, by looking at that number, can tell you if you're normal, if you're in the diabetes range. And Sheletta, here's something relatively new, if you're in the pre-diabetes range. Because believe me, if somebody told you you were pre-diabetic, wouldn't you go ahead and take care of yourself in a better way? I sure hope you would.
Yeah.
And working with your doctor can hopefully get that under control.
Yeah, I have a website called bensdiabetesstory.com where you can find out the questions to ask, and Dr. Bush is on the website, and it's a link to all the family, the wonderful family of us living with diabetes. This wonderful opportunity. I call it an opportunity because it's an opportunity to heal, and we can.
Now, Ben, how do I get some of our older people even into the doctor? They think that their herbs and some of their home remedies will cure anything, including what they call sugar. How can we get them out of that kitchen, mixing up those herbs, into the doctor's office?
Well, I think that there's a yin and yang there, and it is a partnership. And I think the fear factor, you got to take out the fear factor. That's the thing. You know, a lot of us are in denial of fear of what it may be this, that, the other. No. We work hand in hand. It works hand in hand. The Creator would not have created it if it was not to be used hand in hand. That's why I'm sitting here with Dr. Bush, and you know, he helped me. And your doctor will help you by putting you on a program that is amenable to your lifestyle.
But Sheletta, I'll tell you how I would handle that for some of those old folks who may not actually want to get involved in their own care. probably the first important step, and for some it's still a big step, is to teach them how to check their blood sugar. Because if you're looking at your blood sugar in the morning or at home or after you eat or after you take your home remedy, you may find out that you're not doing as well as you thought you did, even though you feel well. And I always tell patients, if you eat this and your blood sugar's this, and you eat that and your blood sugar's that, well, you don't need the doctor to tell you that this is better than that. So you start to understand what's going on in your body. And if you can check your blood sugar or have one of the younger folks in the family learn how to check mom or dad or grandpa's blood sugar to see what it is after they eat, to see what it is when they're home, and that may tell them they feel pretty good, but their sugar isn't in good control.
Yes, that's a wonderful answer, because the fear factor is what, how, why, and how to do it. But by checking your own, you'll know. You become aware. That's why we're taking the stage for diabetes awareness.
Now, speaking of the stage, Mr. Ben Vereen, before we let you guys go, you've got to tell me about your illustrious career. You've been a role model for so many of the new generation of African-American actors, mentors to folks like Will Smith. How does it make you feel to see these young brothers that you have, pulled up along the way, now superstars, taking the model that you've set before them?
I'll answer that with one line from a song we used to sing in church. If I can help someone as I travel along my way, then my living has not been in vain.
Wow. And to see them doing their thing, how far have we come since the days that you struggled for roles and, were beating down the doors and cracking that glass ceiling for other African-American actors?
That's right. And we'll keep doing it, too.
I know
for
that's
all
right.
people.
That's right. Brother Ben Vereen, it is a pleasure and an honor to have you along with Dr. Bush, not just sharing your story about diabetes, but also just being in your presence this morning is an awesome experience. We thank you so much for being here today on Crossroads.
You have a blessed day.
Thank you.
All right. You both as well. And stick around. You guys don't go anywhere. We've got more about your health coming up next. Stay with us.